Welcome back, everybody, to Greater Inc., where you are greater than you were yesterday, but you'll be even greater tomorrow. Look, I have a special today. This is the first vlog post of 2018, so I'm pretty excited. I'm pretty lit. The title for this, if you didn't see already, is called HYM. What you mean, HYM? Like HIM or capital HIM? We talking about God? What are we talking about? We talking about HYM. HYM. Hit Your Monument. That's what it stands for. Hit Your Monument. So if you really worried about him, you really worried about hitting your monument in 2018, all right? Look, I want to start off with the quote that you see behind me. The sign of intelligence is not knowledge, but imagination, all right? And that's by Albert Einstein. And I think that's true. I think that's real because I'm a teacher. And we go off on kids if they don't get the A or they don't get the high B. But I wasn't that kid who was getting A's or the high B's either. I was a kid who would daydream about, oh, I want to write a poem in the middle of class. So I was a kid, and I had basketball practice after school, and I was thinking about what kind of moves would be better for my combo, or I was thinking about what music was really hot right then and there, and definitely talking about what new shoes was going to look hot with what. My creative juices was really going, and when I think about that, I really think about using your imagination to garner your dreams and your goals. And the reason why I say that is because when I was in 2017, I was not really looking at my goals every day, not really looking at what I wanted to accomplish, and I was just kind of floating by, living through life. And seeing that, I realized when I got to the end, I didn't accomplish anything that I really wanted to accomplish. And there's a quote that if you aim at nothing, you'll hit it every time. And I think sometimes we aim at stuff because we're afraid that we'll actually hit it, or we're afraid that we'll miss it. I remember I was with my homeboy Jeff. Shout out Jeff Ingram. That's my man. I was outside with him in my old apartment, and we had a stick, and we was trying to hit a light post. I don't know why we were trying to hit this, but we were trying to hit it. And I kept on throwing it, and I kept on missing it. And he took it, and he just threw it and hit it. And I was like, man, you got it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to hit it. He was like, nah, man, keep trying. And, I tried once, missed it. Second time, missed it. Third time, missed it, but I was closer. I was like, if I could get that close, I know I could hit this joint. So I took the daggone stick one more time, and I threw it, and I hit it. And he just looked at me and was like, I told you could hit it. So I think that if we look at our goals and we continue to see what we're striving at, we'll hit it if we continue to look at our monument, and we'll keep on striving for it. This book called 10X, forgive me, I don't know the author by heart. I will put it in the subtitles or the comments below when this video is uploaded, but it's definitely a book that you want to check out. 10X, he was stating that not our dreams, but we should aim for something higher than what we usually aim for. So, give you an example. If you're in debt $7,000, you shouldn't aim to pay back that debt of $7,000. You should aim to pay back $10,000 so that when you're striving for that 10, you're constantly looking at that 10, and then at the end of the period where you were trying to pay that back, you either hit $10,000 or you exceeded it instead of hitting that 7,000 or not hitting that 7,000. And if you really worked for it, if you hit that 7,000 and you could have paid back 10,000 or had $3,000 to spare, you would feel a lot better about yourself than just hitting that goal or not hitting it at all. And I think about this J. Cole quote where he said, you either aim too high or you aim too low. You either aim too high or you aim too low. And I think nowadays we should aim for the highest thing that we can achieve. There's no real purpose in being afraid. Like, literally, before I started this video, I was like, man, I'm going to be transparent. But I was really thinking, this is my first blog post for Greater Inc. this whole year, or vlog posts, and I could be really afraid. I could literally think, if you're watching this, that what are they going to think, or that are they going to support or are they not going to support? But at the end of the day, you just got to start somewhere and just pick up the puzzles as they come along. So really, this year I'm focused on hitting my monument, and I really want you to take that and run with it. Hit your monument. What it could be for you could be totally different than your homegirl or your friend or your mom or your dad. But as long as you know what your monument is, and you continuously look at it, you can definitely hit it. And one thing that's important is the height of your monument, the height of it. Like I just said earlier, make sure that it's big. Pray big, live big, dream big. Make sure that your goals are big because you only have one life. Like we only have one of these things. Most people that I know, if you're a Christian or you believe in Jesus, we say we live to live again. I get that. But for real, if everything in heaven is already perfect, then what can you leave behind? And I don't even know where that came from, but I'm really thinking about it. Like you can leave the world, you can leave Earth a better place than you found it. In heaven, it's already perfect because the word says, I go to prepare a place for you. So if that place is already prepared for you, then there's really no leaving heaven. You know what I'm saying? And if you left heaven, it was because you was a problem, not because heaven was a problem. But when we come into this earth shouldn't be a problem, but we understand that there's problems in the earth that we all have gifts, talents that can fix. So whatever your world consists of, you can fix it, you can solve it, you can bring positive change to it. So if you can bring positive change to it, then you're inclined and your duty is to leave it a better place. Now, is that easy? No, it's definitely not. Is it challenging? Yes. Is there going to be some people that's trying to tear down your good work? Yes, like there's a situation I'm thinking about right now that I'm just thinking that even if you feel that way, don't tear down something. Like if there's something good, don't tear that down because I was taught by Pastor John Wright, like if evil, the only way for evil to exist, it has to attach itself to something good. So if you see good, don't talk bad about it. Even if you feel that there's something bad about it, don't talk bad about it because it's good. Like if there's a great banana and it got one brown spot, don't talk about the brown spot. Talk about dang, it's really yellow. It got one brown spot. I mean, a rose has thorns. But when you see a rose, you don't be like, dang, there's a lot of thorns on that joint. You say, nah, that's a beautiful rose. And I think that's how we got to look at our lives and look at our monuments that, yo, there's a goal that I'm trying to hit. Is it going to take some pain to get there? Yes. Is it going to take some sacrifice to get there? Yes. But once you hit that goal, you never look back at after hitting the goal and be like, dad, all the nights I missed partying, or dad, all the things I could have bought with that money, or dad, all the time I could have spent out in the streets when I'm really chilling with my grandma. No, there's none of that. You never look back on the good that you've accomplished when you never look back on the good that you accomplished to all the things that you missed out on. The only time I think that people do that is when they do something that somebody else said was good. So let me give you an example. Like, if I'm in an organization and somebody wants me to do something that I really don't want to do, after it's done, the organization, or the people in the organization might be like, oh yeah, we did a good thing. But if you're not at peace in your own self, then you might start resenting that. And you never want to be in a place where you resent good. You know what I'm saying? Like, you never want to resent good. You want to always strive for good. You always want to strive for better. So in this new season in 2018, definitely hit your monument. When I think about not hitting monuments, I think of that last second shot, or I think of somebody coming just a little bit shy, or somebody falling on their face. But the beauty of falling on your face, the beauty of missing that last second shot, the beauty of messing up is that you can try again. And I think that quote where it says you've never lost until you quit, or you've never failed until you've quit. Like, if you never stop, you're bound to hit something. If you don't stop swimming, you're bound to get land. If you're in the ocean and you're far away and you keep swimming the shore, sooner or later you're going to get to the shore. If you are driving and you don't have no gas, if you keep on pushing your car, sooner or later you're going to go to an exit that got a gas station. That sounds crazy, but I'm just saying, if you keep on going, sooner or later you're going to get what you want. I remember when I launched Greater Inc., my friend Dallas, she would always say, like, you're this close. You're this close. So if like a video didn't post right and I was getting frustrated, she'd say, you're this close. Or If a blog didn't like upload the way I wanted to, you're this close. And I think we've all seen that cartoon where the person is digging for diamonds, and the person who is like far away from the diamonds is like so excited, like they getting it, I'm getting this diamond. But the person who's that close to the diamond is walking away because they lost hope. And I realized that if you only think that you're this close from what you're trying to accomplish and you keep it that way, then you'll always hit it. Now, when you think of it, okay, I'm this close, and you keep on hitting it, and you haven't got there yet, you have to keep that mentality. You have to keep that mindset that I'm this close to hitting my monument. I'm this close to getting my monument. I'm this much closer to getting my monument. And I think that's the beauty of this year and this season for me and the rest of you all who are watching, because we're so close to what we really want. I think of great movements that have taken place in our world and in our history, that if they would have given up, what would that have made for us? Like, I'm reading in White Rage that I didn't know this, but Thomas Jefferson and Abraham Lincoln were really trying to create legislation or a policy or a plan to get black people sent to what is now known as Panama today, after the Civil War. And I'm thinking, wow, what if black people would have really been like, okay, I fought for the Union, I fought against slavery, I fought against the South and the Confederate States of America, and literally after I fought, okay, I'm going to Panama now. What? They'd be pissed. And I think that some of us will be pissed if when we get older and we look back and say, Dad, what did I really sacrifice? What did I really give up because I stopped this short? So going into the rest of February and the rest of this year, I want you to really always think about what am I aiming at? What is my monument? And then make sure that you hit it so that when you look back, you'll be proud of yourself and not filled with resentment, not filled with regret, not filled with sorrow. Because at the end of the day, you can't blame anybody else for your decisions. And that's one thing that I'm facing right now in my life, is understanding that I'm where I am because of the choices that I made. Nobody else made these choices for me. Nobody put a gun to my head. Nobody said, you got to do this, you got to do that. If somebody said you had to do this or you had to do that, well, I'm in the predicament or the place in my life right now because I either did it or I didn't do it. And I can't look back at anybody and say, oh yeah, you did this to me, or this person did this to me, or this life did that to me. No, like, life is what you choose to do with what it gives you. So I think about being not necessarily proactive, but being mindful and understanding what is going on at every facet, every endeavor of your life, being mindful of what's going on and what could happen because of this choice or this decision. One thing that I think of in that is, if somebody really did have to judge you, and if God really had to judge you on everything that you did, or everything that you did, it wouldn't be, oh, this person did this to me, therefore I did this. No, it would be, I did this because. And you can't say this person, because at the end of the day, just because somebody slaps you doesn't mean that you have to slap them back. Or just because somebody robbed you don't mean you have to murder them or rob them. Or just because you could take that extra cookie don't mean you really had to. And there's so many things that I think about when I think of repercussions and consequences, simply because of my actions and my choices and my decisions. So today, I just want you to think about, okay, what are my monuments? What are the goals and the aspirations that I want to achieve and hit? And what am I doing to do that? And if I'm not doing anything to do that, I need to make sure I'm doing something to do that. And then I want you to think about, what are my actions? What are my choices? Where am I in my life right now? And why am I there? And understand that it's not about the knowledge that you have, but it's about the imagination that you have and what you use that knowledge to do to create that reality of your imagination. Now, again, this is Greater Inc. I'm Zachary Tanner. I'm glad that you really checked in and just listened to me. Leave some comments, some feedback for me. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, what I could do to improve it. And I'm looking forward to this journey with you all. Definitely, the next vlog post will be up shortly in the next week or so. But a new logo is coming soon. And yeah, that's all we got. Greater than yesterday will be even greater tomorrow. Peace out. Yeah.